52 Traders, Episode 13.
And essentially all I'm doing is I'm waiting for those 5 energies to align, because these 5 energies are all uncorrelated to the other 4. So when they all align, then we have a significant probability scenario.
Over the next year, your host Cam Hawkins gets inside the minds of 52 of the world's best traders to find out if he has what it takes to become one of them. Join Cam every week on the 52 Traders podcast or at 52traders.com to learn how to trade like the pros. This podcast is for educational and entertainment purposes only and is not investment, trading, or financial advice of any kind. Trading is very risky and could lose you all of your capital. Any comments about historical performance are not an indication of future results.
What's up, traders? Welcome to another weekly installment of 52 Traders. And today we're lucky enough to have Barry Burns on the show. Barry hails from Los Angeles and has been trading stocks, futures, E-minis, Forex, commodities and options for over 30 years. Barry is the author of Trend Trading for Dummies and contributing author to Using Candlestick Charting and The Complete Guide to Investing in Derivatives. He's also provided training for organizations such as the Chicago Merc, the Eurex Exchange, Trader Kingdom, Ninja Trader, Reuters, Metastock, and many others. These days, Barry runs his own firm, Top Dog Trading, and focuses on teaching people how to become profitable traders, while at the same time, day trading and swing trading his own account. Welcome, Barry, and thanks for joining me here on the 52 Traders podcast.
Thank you, Cam. I appreciate your invitation, and I'm excited to be here.
Great. Right, Barry, so I've mentioned some of your highlights already, and that's only a small part of your story. So now I want you to tell the listeners a bit more about you personally and what first attracted you to trading.
Well, personally, let's see, I'm married. I have 2 wonderful daughters. As you said, I live here in a beautiful La La Land, Los Angeles, California. And I live in a castle, actually. If you can imagine a medieval castle in Los Angeles, well, there is one, and I live in it. So it's a very unique environment. We've got a lot of privacy here, and it's just a beautiful oasis, but we're still right in the middle of all of the action and all the cultural things here. I've been doing martial arts all of my life, started with fencing, actually, and went to the Junior Olympics in fencing, won a silver medal there, and but then I decided I got inspired by Bruce Lee, and since I was 14, I've been doing other types of martial arts, and even now that I'm 56 years old, I started doing Krav Maga, an Israeli combat art. They don't really like to call it a martial art because it's used in the military, and it's just a very, very practical way of fighting, and I'm just loving it. Being 56 and then there with all these 20 and 30-year-olds kicking butt and getting my butt kicked. It's very invigorating, an amazing workout, and gets all my aggressions out if I have any. So, and I just like to spend time with my family. I've got 3 pets. My mother-in-law lives with us, which I absolutely adore. How many people can say they adore their mother-in-law? Well, I'm one of the lucky ones. And so I just enjoy taking part in the cultural events here in Los Angeles. As far as trading goes, to get more to the heart of our topic today, I got started because my dad was a trader. Now, it wasn't his primary occupation. It was his avocation and his passion in life. But he was so passionate about it that he talked about that all the time. So I really didn't have much choice about learning trading. I just by osmosis, it soaked into my brain cells and through the pores of my skin every single day. And he waited until I was the ripe age of 8 to actually start formally teaching me. And like I said, he traded stocks, so I started out by trading stocks. And he would sit down, he'd pull out 5 portfolios, research portfolios that he had put together on 5 different equities. And he would just lay them in front of me. And he didn't really teach. He just kind of said, here's the information. And again, I'm 8. We're sitting at the dining room table. And he'd say, okay, pick the next one that we should buy. Well, I didn't even know what I was looking at, really. But I'd look through it, and I'd say, I don't know what I'm looking at. And he'd say, that's all right. Just do the best you can. And so I just kind of failed forward. But I'm sure, I never asked my dad this. He's passed away. God bless his soul now. But he I'm sure he must have filtered out, some good candidates beforehand, because he always bought whatever I said we should buy. He always bought it, and then we would watch. So he would give me the experience of watching a market when you had money on the line, which obviously incorporates then the emotional component. And so that's how I started learning. And I made some good money, and helped me get through college and graduate school. And then I got away from it, and I just got focused on other things. And eventually, I got disillusioned with corporate America and all the other ways of making money out there and livelihoods. And so I went back, called my dad up, who I was born and raised in Detroit, and so was he. So I went back to Detroit, and I said, Dad, I want you to re-mentor me. And as I looked at all the different ways of earning a living, I felt that trading was the best because it gave me time freedom. I could make money, trade when I wanted. I didn't have to when I didn't want to. I could go on vacations. I could work from home. And that lifestyle was very, very important to me. The other thing that was very important to me was I didn't want to have a cap to my income. I always felt very confident that I could make, millions of dollars, literally. And if I was on my own, if I was able to steer my own journey and not have someone limit my income. And so with trading, with leverage, I've never been afraid of leverage for some reason. And, that could be a recipe for disaster. But fortunately, it's never gotten me in trouble either. But I respect leverage, and I use it to make, very large amounts of money, obviously. And so I got involved in futures after tutoring with my dad again. I aligned myself with some other mentors, some local, some in Chicago, some all over the country, not around the world, but in the country here of the U.S. where I live. And I learned all different things. I learned about futures. I got into futures after stocks, and I really fell in love with that because of the leverage. And then one of my mentors said, oh, Barry, you really need to look at the euro. And that was well before the spot forex market was so popular here in the U.S. And so I started trading that with him, and eventually got into commodities and options. I learned options. It's been a long time now, but that was the last market that I really learned, and I delved deeply, deeply, deeply into that. So that is an overview of my journey. I'll stop there so we can move on. We'll see where it leads us.
And so are you doing the same thing with your daughters as you did, as your father did with you?
Well, my older daughter, she has no interest, and that's fine. She has her own interests, which is great, and I encourage her to pursue her own passions. Now, my younger daughter, who's only 13, she just turned 13, and we got her, she's very interested, and so we got her very first share of stock. She owns one share of Toyota stock. So I told her that's great. So, and she wants to buy a Toyota Prius. She actually has a store on Etsy, and she's selling these friendship bracelets and marketing them on there for the sole purpose of raising money for her car. So when she can drive, she can buy her own car with her own money. She's very ambitious, just like Daddy. Sounds just like me. That's the way I always was. I started working when I was like 13 as well. And so, yeah, she got her first one share of Toyota stock, and funny, a letter came in the mail, an invitation to the stockholders meeting for her. And so I thought, yeah, you know what, we should do that. That would be worth it. Let's go get a plane ticket. Let's go out to Japan for the stockholders meeting, and you tell them what you think, AJ. Her name is AJ. And to stand up for your share in this company. You own this company. Well, at least you're a part owner.
Yeah,
and
very good.
Your voice needs to be heard. You can sit on my shoulders while you're talking.
Very good. Well, yes, my daughters, I've shown them the old price chart here and there, and basically no interest as yet. The eldest is 9, so a bit of time to go yet.
Yes.
Right, so for those listening for the first time, we're about to enter a round I like to call the fundamentals. Now, this is where Barry will be telling us stories that will help you understand what makes him a successful trader. So, can you give the listeners some insight into your trading, so your trading style, the strategy you use, timeframes you trade, winning percentage, instruments, those sorts of things? Okay, so that was the first part of the show. Now, to hear the full episode, the best bits, Join the family at 52traders.com. They usually go for about 45 minutes to an hour long, and trust me, these shows are great. They give us so much insight. Now, if you want to get there quickly, all you need to do is jump into the show description on your phone, and there's a link taking you directly to 52traders.com, where you can join the family over there and listen to the full episode. Now, in the rest of the show, I cover off what my traders do differently from the rest of us. So what is it that they're doing that we're not doing? What their typical trading day looks like, what they would do if they had a day job now and wanted to trade for a living, their preferred trading strategy, so actually how does it work? What we should be educating ourselves on when we're looking at a price chart, so what indicators we should use, what price levels, what chart patterns, all those sorts of things. Also, we touch on fundamentals as well, so how do we use news to our advantage? Trading psychology, tips, tricks, techniques, we go through those. Exiting trades, managing trades that you've got running, so we talk about their strategies. They give you strategies for exiting and managing trades. Books to read, websites to visit, all the best ones. Something that you should try and master over the next month, the broker and platform they use. And finally, last but not least, they give us a full trading strategy, so something you guys can try out at home on your PC this week in the markets if you wish. Now, to get the full episode, you need to jump onto 52traders.com, join the family. As I said, it usually goes on for 45 minutes to an hour, and there's a link in the show description, so if you're on your phone, just jump on there, tap the link, and it'll take you straight to 52traders.com. Now, if you're thinking about learning to automate any of your trading, hiring a developer, learning to code, that sort of thing, then before you do that, jump onto my other website, automatemytrading.com. So if you're interested in automating some or all of your trading, then jump onto automatemytrading.com and you'll see me over there. For now, to hear the rest of this episode, all you need to do is click on the link in the show description or go to 52traders.com. See you there.